Hey, how you doing? New format. Welcome back to a toy review. This week I'm taking a look at something I picked up at Forbidden Planet for a reduced price. They had a sale section at one end of the store and they're trying to get rid of some stock. It is summer 2022, so there is a lot. There are a lot of new Marvel Legends coming in right now, both based on the comic books and of course the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which meant that getting rid of some of the older stuff is their priority on the shelves. Quite a few action figures based on the X-Men comics and the Eternals movie were for sale, including Sersi. Played by Gemma Chan, she was the protagonist of the movie in an ensemble piece. One of my favourite performances in a Marvel movie of late. She was instantly charming and endearing. I thought she was wonderful. I do hope we get to see these characters again, because I would like to see where the story follows on for the two separated groups of Eternals as the film ends. No spoilers from me. The bio reads as follows. The Eternal with an affinity for humanity, Sersi has the ability to manipulate matter, changing the makeup of any non-sentient material she touches. Which of course resulted in a pretty freakish bit in the film, where she attacks a deviant with her powers. Anyway, watch it if you've not already. It's honestly underrated. I really like the Eternals and I find it really weird that more people don't. But anyway, whatever. Other characters in the wave include Icarus, Makari, Sprite, Sersi herself, Faustus, Kingo, and Druig. Druig sucks. Druig does not suck. Well, Druig sucks. Barry Cohen's pretty cool. Anyway, the Build-A-Figure is Gilgamesh, which I feel is only fair, because like Gilgamesh was done dirty, and it's pretty cool that he's the one that everyone has to seek out to collect if you're buying the toys. So without further ado, let's get it open and take a peek at Sersi. Do you know what? I really like this figure. There's something about the Eternals action figures that I think is very, very, very cool. Mainly because the notion of displaying them all in a line on a shelf, like all the main Eternals, would make me very happy because the costumes are just very aesthetically pleasing. They have a very beautiful design. And as you can see, the detail on the costume for this one is lush. Like, it's proper nice. The amount of swirls and the different silver and green mixture within Sersi's costumes is handled so elegantly. The way the costume's lower half, rubber, is sculpted to sort of sit against the plastic a little. It looks, what I'm basically saying is, it looks like it's resting against a human body shape. That looks like it's resting against her butt. That looks like it is flowing against the back of her legs. It is very, very well designed, and because of the rubbery material, does not hamper the articulation too much, which is good. Speaking of the articulation, the ankle joint pivots and goes back and forth. She has a double knee joint with the new Hasbro patented pegless technology. She swivels at the top of the thigh and her legs can go outwards and backwards and forwards at the crotch. No apparent waist articulation under the sculpt, and I wouldn't want to risk it anyway, but she does have a decent rib crunch directly under her ribs that gives her a nice range of natural movement, nothing too exaggerate. The top of the arms, there is a spin and pivot and swivel at the shoulder. This is before the double elbow joint started being introduced to female figures, so she's got just your standard female Hasbro body up to 2021. And the wrists bend backwards and forwards and spin around with the peg joint. We'll get more to the peg joint of the wrists in a moment. Her head is on one of those pegs with a double ball end, so allows for a decent range of movement, but because of the sculpted hair, it's going to look weird based on where you position her head. Like, for example, she's looking that way, it just looks kind of weird. Do you know what I mean? The likeness of Gemma Chan is fantastic. She looks so much like her, it's insane. Right down to little freckles on her chin and things like that. Beautiful amount of detail. In fact, if you look really close at her cheeks, she has got freckles all over her cheeks. That is an insane level of paint detail. Likeness is good. The colour of her hair is fantastic. This is, of course, the second time we've got Gemma Chan in action figure form for the Hasbro MCU line, because Minerva, her character from Captain Marvel, got an action figure, although if you compare the action figure to the way she appeared in the movie, this is a lot more like the concept art than her appearance in the film. Ergo, it's not really a Gemma Chan likeness, but, you know, cool that we now have two action figures based on Gemma Chan, and amazing that they realised she was blue last time, so let's bring her back. Sersi comes with two accessories, and each are hands. She has got the balled up fist for her right hand for slightly more action oriented poses, should you wish, and she has got a kind of superpowers gesticulating left hand for Professor Exian style to the forehead poses. She also comes with the left leg of Gilgamesh, which again is just a body part, and if we get the complete collection, we'll look at the rest of it. In fact, if you want to help out, you can do just that. Down in the description below is a link to my Amazon wish list. On there we have the remaining Eternals figures that I don't own. If you'd like to buy them for me, get your name in there, get a shout out in the review, and help us complete Gilgamesh, I'd be ever so grateful. If not, you're under no obligation to do that. Obviously, completely up to you. But if you found this review helpful, maybe consider supporting me that way, or by supporting me completely free by pressing the thumbs up button, commenting below the video, sharing it with other toy geeks and nerds that you think may like it as well. What do you think of the Sersi figure? I think she is fantastic. One of the better looking protagonist figures from the MCU line in recent years that just absolutely captures the actor's likeness, the character's vibe, the colouring is brilliant. I think it looks really cool. Plus I've got a crush on Gemma Chan, so I'm a little biased. What do you think though? Do you like it? Let me know down in the comments below. Stick around because I've got a couple more Eternals figures to review and something from Thor, Love and Thunder on the way shortly. See you next time.